in this moment, we are in time for 2026.
Okay.
If we wait 1 month more, we may try hard, very hard, but we may try. But it's likely going to go to 2027. And here, another thing jumps in. 2026 is 30 years of KDE. 2027 is 30 years of GNOME.
Right.
So, if we skip 2026, we will have to skip 2027.
And
because for sure the communities will say KDE had their 30th birthday on their own.
Yeah.
We want our on our own. And it's not, and it's purely a community thing.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just they start so the project started so close to each other. It's just a really awkward timing to be doing a change like this.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's wrong. I just want to say it's purely a community thing. It's not about conference or foundations or whatever. It's a community thing. So I understand that KDE maybe doesn't want to be the first making this change, but we took care of that, and is stated in the document. As a unified conference, we want to celebrate these kind of events. We want to provide a dedicated space, dedicated moment, dedicated allowance for the budget. We want to give space to this kind of celebration. We don't want to say, hey, KDE, next year you will not have your space for your birthday because we want to do the unified conference. No, we want to bring more people to the celebration because then it's not only KDE participating, it's everyone that wants to be there. So we see it positive. And I understand that as not members of a single community, we see things a bit different than who is only in one of those projects. But we are trying to share our view.
Yeah, and we're trying to help.
Absolutely.
One thing that is worth noting that I think a lot of people probably don't even know is there actually was a joint conference at one point back in 2011. Yes, 2011.
And 2013.
They had the Desktop Summit, which was... It wasn't a singular event. It was both GWADEC and Academy happening at the same time in the same location. So they kind of just created this mega event based off the two of them. And like,
correct.
So this is not like an idea that is completely alien that nobody has discussed before. This is something that has happened. It's just turning this into a consistent thing that happens every single year.
I was not there. The comments I had from an organization point of view of that event is negative not because of the idea itself or the result itself, is purely about organization.
Right.
Because as GNOME was organizing the GWADEC part, KDE was organizing the Academy part, but still sticking everything together. But there was no precise responsibility, and there was no global governance. Was, let's do something together. Again, I was not there. I'm saying this based on comments I've got. So don't take this as a fact. It didn't work. And I wrote on the discourse of KDE, it failed because there was no governance of the idea. While we propose to not have GNOME and KDE work together to make it happen. is to define an entity. I don't know the kind of the entity, but define an entity that has a group of people with the only goal of making the conference successful.
Right. So
from
rather than having
every point of view.
Right. So the Desktop Summit was GWADEC and Academy co-located, but it was just them in the same place doing their own separate thing. Whereas this would be, I assume the governance would probably have KDE people and GNOME people. You probably assign seats or however the model ends up looking, where the goal is to make this shared summit rather than do these two separate things where they just happen to be together.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I can understand how the original model would have went badly.
This goes back to what I said earlier about the community. It's not a bunch of people doing their own to reach the same goal without cooperating.
Right.
It's a bunch of people working together to reach the same goal, sharing the work, sharing the responsibility, and working together to make it easier. It's in the end a little community, let me say.
I just want to add one thing, if I can, Brody, for 1 second. I don't want this to be seen by anyone as negative. I want to say a few words. I mean, these groups, these communities, these people have been doing fantastic work forever, like since the beginning of Linux, and these groups are still there doing their best and working super hard. This is not a critique. This is let's say an opinion. People in open source have opinions.
Never. That would never happen.
Right? What a new thing. People have opinions here. This is our opinionated idea and plan to help both these communities and hopefully encourage other, perhaps even smaller desktop environment communities, which don't even actually have the means, the people, the money to even start thinking about doing an event. And perhaps we could encourage, I don't know, XFCE has also been doing fantastic work. I'm forever. There's so many, right? Cosmic, would you come out and play? I don't know, Budgie, would you come out and play? Insert here your desktop environment. And it could be, we already kind of defined broadly for now, ways where there's a clear definition, okay, who is a founding member, which means share responsibilities and people who will actually get, if any money is made out of the conference, that get to share the money, versus attending entities who are maybe I want to sponsor this, I don't have the people, I have the money, I can sponsor, and I come and I get a booth, like maybe Red Hat, Canonical, SUSE, or something like this. So we already put these things in our document to clarify, otherwise it gets very confusing and very messy. We don't want that. And Pietro, that's his idea, to say perhaps if the event is successful, if it happens, and is successful, some of the money can be used to actually sponsor some of these smaller innovation, right? Small project, small distro, small desktop environment, to say, listen, you're doing something cool, right? We like you. We would like to sponsor a couple of people from your project to also come here so that we can enable them to be part of the broader discussion.
Yeah, that's something we hadn't really... were you going to say something?
Yeah, sorry. Two little things. About the... I want to add a note about the... Mauro said we put in the document the foundation funding member and whatever. We mention in the public document a separated document that is the financial document that we shared only to the boards of the two foundations.
Right.
because it's a separated topic that is purely economic management for the two foundations. So I just want to add, if you look for it, you will not find it. Just note that. And yes, about the sponsorship to the small projects, I've been a sponsored project in a bigger conference, and I really loved to be invited for a free booth in a big conference to show my project. Indeed, I want to invite small. Also, maybe we are not going to have the budget for the first year to sponsor the travel, but we want to give free booths to these projects. I want to invite also simply Lutris, for example, or this kind of project to say, hey, be there, show your product to the people, invite users to join. And the users are going to be there and find out projects they don't know just because they are walking there in the hall and there are booths around them. And I understand that projects like Lutris and similar can't afford to pay for a booth. No problem at all. You are a community project, keeping up. You are doing something great. Why you don't have to join? Join. We cover you at least for what we can. And in the future, maybe even more, I don't know.